Hi guys, part 2 of You Are Loved. I made that video for many people out there who are going through such a terrible time at this moment. A time of being hurt, a time of being ridiculed, a time of being attacked, a time where they feel lost, a time where they feel lonely, a time when they feel let down, a time where they feel jealous, anger, bitterness around them, coming to them, and all of those fingers pointing. I made that video purposely because if you watch the video, it only has a few words. The words are really simple, and the words were, "You are beautiful, you are loved." I want you to take a look and see at the likes and the unlikes. I want you to really focus on that and think, how on earth can somebody unlike words of love and kindness? And then ask yourself, if even the words of love can have a thumbs down, then that in itself should make you feel better. Because it isn't the words of love. It isn't your words of truth. It's an energy within others. It's a feeling within others. It's a way that somebody's been brought up. It's conditioning. It's programming. It's the hypnosis of all that our life, which is an illusion, creates our reactions in life. So you can't look upon your brother, sister, mother, father, friend, or stranger and try and understand why they attack you in the way they do. Because it isn't you. I don't really believe in karma, but the way I see it is, the way you treat somebody is your karma, and the way somebody treats you is their karma. So it's a bit like everybody has their own karma, and how they react, their reactions, shows you exactly 100% of the state of well-being, both mind, body and spirit. There are times in life that I've often smiled, and I've told you before, for me it's a miracle. A miracle that when somebody that I've never met before instantly attacks me in whatever way, whether it's sarcastic, whether it's belittling, or whether it's utter anger, and there's so many words I could use of how people treat me right at the very beginning, and people would sit next to me and said, "Jesus, why did that just happen?" And I'd turn and smile and say, "Because I'm protected by spirit." And they'd laugh and say, "What the bloody hell are you talking about?" And I'd say, "Well, imagine this. Imagine that very person became my friend now, and I invested time and effort and love into them to find out one day that they are that person that they're showing themselves now. Don't you think cutting all of that out and having an instant truth monitor, or whatever you call it, measuring stick, isn't that more beautiful, to know somebody instantly?" And then they went, "My God, I never really thought about it like that." And I said, "Yeah, it's often happened to me in life that people present themselves of their true colours, of how they're feeling at that moment. And it's true, people change, they do. But spirit always brings out the worst in somebody when I'm around sometimes, and sometimes the best. So I take that as, you know what, I'm not meant to share any more of an experience with this person. This is it. This was my experience, and that was it. And how did I handle that experience? With a smile. Did I do a good job? I did. Did I react back and scream and shout back? No, I just smiled, because I look up now and say, thanks guys. So that was my experience with that woman or that man or whoever it may be. And that's okay. That was my test. That was part of my experience, the journey. So that's great. That's how I see it. And thus you would say, but I met somebody and they were lovely to me and then they turned out awful. That's because you were meant to have more of an experience. So it may be that you might say, well, how come you're more protected than me? And I'd say, no, that's not true. What I would say is, I smile and say, I must be doing pretty well. Why is that? Why are you doing pretty well? Well, if my energy is high, and I am a reflection of somebody who wants to be in that energy but feels that they can't, they get mad. So it means two things. I'm doing a great job on myself, and I'm being rewarded by being shown that by that person reacting really badly, that I must be shining a great light. Now, some people might watch this and say, this guy's deluded. Well, not really, because I look at myself instantly and think, what did I do wrong to make that person upset? Did I look at them badly, give them a bad eye? Did I do anything that makes them... No. Okay, so you work that out in your head, so it must be something else. So it's not like I walk around with a Gucci watch, Armani all over me, just a bunch of crystals and some beads and stupid tops with a big eye on today. And I think, somebody asked me what is really life about? And I said, you know what? The reactions and actions that we take daily are a real reminder of what our life is, where we are, and how we're growing as an individual in an experience of life in this body which doesn't last forever. So interesting. So I guess to end this topic of conversation, part 2, you are loved. You are taken care of. And no matter how much you give to others, how kind you are, how loving you are, and how much you feel like you want to share truth, even though it's painful, and sharing about what's going on in the world, and you're attacked, just watch the first video again, part 1. And let that be a reminder to you that even love, even kindness of such simplicity gets a thumbs down. You can't win them all. You can't please everybody. And when you realise that, it's a real feeling of freedom. Because once you realise, hey, everybody's in their own place, everybody's in their own state of mind, everybody's in their own experience. I either shine a light for them and help them grow, or shine a light for them to help them see how they need to grow. Their reaction is only that, what tells me that they need to grow, if they're angry. And that's it. It's really simple. And lastly, don't enter into conflict. Don't knee-jerk. Don't fight back. Don't react in a negative way, because you'll only fuel negative energy and you'll only hurt yourself. And that's not what this is about. This world is about living and enjoying. It's been taken away from us. And we can't blame one another, because the way we've been brought up is a way we now react. If there's anything to blame in life, it is the system that we live in. It is the life that we have been brought into. But then again, if you can learn not to blame that and say, you know what, it is what it is. I'm going to strengthen and do my best. I'm going to grow from all of those things that I could easily blame the system, blame my teachers, blame everything. But ultimately, the bigger picture is that everything that you've been through right now up to this moment is exactly as it's meant to be. And my truth is that we come here to learn, and the more challenging our life is, the more powerful we are in the spirit world. And that teaches me and tells me and shows me that you are a lion, that you are really powerful, and that only those in the spirit world who are so powerful because they know they come here to learn, only those with so much power would ask to go through so much pain and suffering, so much emotional beating. So you become emotional punch bag, you become a finger that points at you, you're targeted. It just tells me that you're powerful. It really does. Deluded would be that I would say that for everybody, but you know what? If you take a hammer and hit somebody over the head with it, and then somebody attacks you back, that's a different story. Okay, I'm talking about when you only do your best, when you share the truth and love what you've experienced, when you only do things out of a loving heart, and all of a sudden you wonder why somebody turns and becomes the person that you didn't believe they could be. It's just a test, and it shows how amazing you truly are and powerful. And if you're watching this today, I want to tell you something. Out of the millions and millions of videos, if you're watching this now, it's because it's your time. Life will start to blossom. You will become stronger, and new friends will come into your life, and those friends are true, loving, kind, deep down, and honest. New adventures will come, without a doubt. It is your moment, and that's why I share this message with you. Trust. It's all coming. Believe with all your heart, because that's why you're watching this right now. Miracles happen. I've seen them for 16 years. Have a beautiful day, and guess what? I love you. I really do.